Bum, bum, bum.
Which monster is the main bad guy in the Legend of Zelda series?
Go down.
So are you answering right now? Because you're going to be getting the answers, man.
No, I'm not.
I still don't see it.
You don't see what?
Maybe the monster quiz would be better, Ryan.
Why is that?
What's what?
Why is the monster quiz better?
It's not all Nintendo. You said that's all Nintendo or not?
No, I said that's the monster quiz. The one I just asked is the monster quiz. So
gotcha.
they're both the first questions so far are kind of Nintendo-y. That's why I was like, But the first question on the other one wasn't. It was like Dead Space and things like normal games.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the title one.
I got you.
What we'll do is if we start this and it is the kind of questions like none of us know, we'll just go to the title one. We'll just scratch this one and jump over to that one.
Okay. So literally you weren't prepared. I want to make sure we know that you weren't ready.
I was prepared. I was on here at 5:30.
Obviously you were late.
No.
Yeah. It's 10 after 7, bro.
You haven't been waiting on me.
You notice I made sure I busted balls when we started the stream.
Oh yeah, you haven't been waiting on me though. You better grow up on that.
Oh, you've been waiting, son. Yeah,
We've been waiting on you to figure out how to live. We didn't even know you went live
grow
yet.
up on that.
Oh, we're live right now, son.
How y'all doing out there?
Right now.
All 400 of you listeners.
Yeah. Rocking it. Hey, that one day we got like 1,000 people. How many? 5,000? That was a crazy stream.
Yeah, I
don't-
wasn't playing.
I don't know what happened.
I don't see it, Clint. Am I crazy? Is it just way below a bunch of things?
Is it way below a bunch of things?
I don't know. I'm gonna refresh the page. Let me see. It's probably just didn't refresh it. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. I'm sharing it. I'm getting it out there, guys.
Make sure you do the one that's actually live, because the other one that I posted.
Yep, this
was,
one says is live now.
Okay.
That's the one.
Yeah, I'm deleting the one that was poo-poo sauce.
How come you didn't have Sean on last week?
Because he's old. It was like we were going to do it, and then he got old on me, you know? I'm like, you know, you got kids, you're single. It's alright, though.
He makes big bucks too, and he's sponsoring it.
I know, right? That's what I said.
Oh yeah, when we get the what do you call that, Patreon up and going, he'll be throwing a couple bucks over, and if he's not, we'll just act like we don't like him anymore.
Right. We'll
big
just
deal.
disown him.
Mhm.
I like that idea. I can dig that. Hey guys, we're going to be starting here pretty quick. We're just getting some things together, sharing some love. Let your friends know we're about to start. If you're in the chat, I can't see because I'm busy sharing the page, baby.
I'm looking for. I think I only shared it 2 now because the Epic Gamers is gone.
Oh, they just shut her down or they blocked you. Gotcha.
Do you
I
guys
don't-
see this?
I don't know. They've never said anything to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a paper holder.
These paper clips. Have you ever noticed that when you flip them down, it kind of looks like a Star Wars ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I bet people within the Star Wars community use it for like making miniatures and stuff. Because that's the kind of stuff we talk about on Delirious Dad's Gaming, guys. It's all about...
Hey, all I can say is Keys Dan. He didn't know what. About to adjust my lighting here. Keys Dan did not know what Crash Bandicoot was. That dude, love you, Keys, but you're old, man. You are old.
He was into that classic stuff. As soon as I got into like PlayStation, boom, lost him.
Yep.
Loved it though. He was good.
See, Crash Bandicoot is classic to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
know what's going on here. It's kind of got this weird I'm doing you dirty vibe. Here we go. How's that? Good?
Yeah. I'm having issues sharing over on my end.
That's not new for you. You always have issues sharing.
No, not like issues sharing, like as in my
Sharing is
personal
caring.
stuff. Yeah.
You're not very caring.
Ah. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's the Delirious Dad's karaoke time. We're going to sing for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get all your stuff shared, Ryan?
I said that a long time ago. You're just trying to shift the blame back on me again.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yep.
You delirious, son. You delirious. There we go. There it is. All right, you guys ready to do this, Hunter? You got it shared out, son?
You know it.
Did you share the right link this time?
I actually don't know. I'm trying to share it, but it looks like it's going to let me share it as our Delirious post. Or with Delirious Dad. How do I change that?
Should be like a little button you can click
here
on.
we go. Here we go. I got it.
Yeah, it's Facebook's weird with their stuff. Their stuff's not automated at all. Love them to death, but you know. They have issues. All right, Hunter. Do you got your little intro ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ryan, you ready, brother? Yeah, he is. Now he's not going to say nothing because he wants the world to know he's ready. It started off that he was in last place, but now he's in the front.
Well, at least we can both say we're waiting on Hunter now. Feels
Yeah,
good.
it's true.
No, you just go
We
ahead. I'm good.
we dodged that
Good. I
bullet.
gotta pull it up.
No, I need to know who's starting first.
I got
Oh,
this.
go. Yeah, I'll go
You got
second.
this? You, Hunter, then me?
Yeah.
All right.
Why'd you just fill your boob? What was that all about?
They can't see it, Ryan. Gah!
What do you mean? Is it not live?
No,
oh, yeah.
we're-
Right now they can't see the video.
We're on the
Yeah,
starting
that's
soon.
right. That's
All right, guys, we're doing this. 3, 2, 1. Tonight on the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
God of Wow.
Could I have my name and address back, please?
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Hey guys, we're here with another big episode. Episode 27 of the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast. And I'm here joined with the Tan Man, Ryan Maddox.
How y'all doing? Hey, I just want to let you guys know, if you're watching live, I figured out some cool stuff with my headset. This is the LG headset. Back's got some lighting stuff on it, and so does the side. Say something, Clint.
Something.
You see that?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Fancy schmancy.
Changes
Ah.
colors with the sounds that
Okay.
come through. Just figure out, let you guys know.
Okay.
Pretty sweet.
Same thing with your camera. Sometimes when you move, your camera changes colors. It's sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that has to do with my fat body.
Oh, okay.
Taking up,
Taking up
certain
the
portions.
light.
See that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Taking up part of the sunset. Okay. I got you. Well, guys, we're really glad to... Wait. Oh, yeah. We got another guy here, guys. That's right. It's our new daddy, Hunter Venable.
I'm back.
Welcome
Down 2
back.
sizes.
We
This
missed
dude's-
you.
This dude's
Hey,
losing
come on
weight
now.
over here.
I know.
Yeah, looking good.
If you guys in the audio cast could see it, he looks good.
Or
Thank
he
you, I
styled his
appreciate it.
beard right and should never have that other little visor hat that he wears.
Yeah.
Something about his outfit could be slimming him.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
he
could-
didn't lose weight.
Maybe.
He should just never wear anything different because he looks best like this.
Hey,
I
you know,
also did. I played basketball for 2 hours last night, so that might have helped
Ooh.
out too.
lost
Yeah.
some water weight. I like
Yeah.
it. Hey, you know, another thing I noticed the other day, Sunday at church, Hunter was running screens because I didn't feel like it. And I was looking at his hairstyle. He's kind of got the Stranger Things. What's that dude's name?
Yeah,
the
cop.
cool dude. Yeah. No, not the cop. Well, maybe the cop a little bit. Yeah, kind of that.
Oh, I
that
know what you're talking about. I know
Yeah,
what you're
the
talking
young,
about.
the young
guy,
one.
the young
Yeah,
guy.
it's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
swooped.
Steve
Yeah, he's kind
or
of
Billy?
Steve.
Yeah,
Steve.
Steve.
Oh,
Yeah.
Steve. Yeah,
Steve.
Hunter's got that hair going.
Hey,
And
your
I-
dads, did you guys get that reference? I think it's Steve. It might be Dave, but I think it's Steve.
I think
You
it's Steve. Yeah,
Do you remember where you got that from, right? What
Yeah.
was that? Penguin to Madagascar?
yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so.
The octopus?
yeah.
It's me, Steve.
Steve. That's a bad name.
It was good.
I like that name though. Hey, the thing is, I noticed. So he's rocking this mullet, and then I'm thinking, well, I kind of need a mullet, and I got
It's
to
not
thinking,
really a mullet.
and then
All
we
of
made
his
it.
hair is long.
And then I designed the business cards, and they're all kind of like 80s looking. And so I was like, that's what we are. We're the 80s Delirious Dads Gaming. We came back from the past, you know?
Mm.
We're time travelers.
80s. I'll take the 80s. I've really been digging on the 80s look.
I don't think he's a mullet guy though. Like I don't think Hunter's got a mullet.
It's
like,
not
he could,
there.
He could do the
It's
mullet.
not there,
I don't
but
have a mullet yet.
he
I've
keeps-
threatened my wife a couple times with it.
he keeps halfway
Yeah.
doing it. He keeps halfway doing it, guys.
Basically,
You know,
he keeps it slicked back enough that the back kind of looks like a mullet sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
every
And I
time he
want
gets a
you
little
to-
awkward, he gives up. He'll go ahead and trim it up a little bit.
I want you to understand if I'm going to go for the mullet, I'm going for it. I'll probably do a perm.
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, then you'll look
So-
like the little kid. Not Steve,
Why don't
but
we
you'll look
take-
like the little one.
Why don't we just take the if out of that and just don't do the
And
mullet?
just- I say do the mullet.
No, just don't.
I'm saying let's all do it. We'll just do it. Delirious
I'm not
Dad
gonna do
style. Oh, okay.
No.
My plan
too
is to
cool.
grow my hair out through the winter, see how long I can get it.
Ryan's gonna keep that '90s faux hawk. You know, that's what Ryan's
Mm-hmm.
gonna go with. He thinks that still looks cool, and then I'm gonna do the old dad swoop over.
That's actually what I have is the old dad swoop over right now.
Yeah, but you'll go faux hawk whenever it counts. Trust me, I know you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
been around you long enough. So anyway, speaking of fun, tonight's gonna be fun. We got a lot planned for you. Hunter's throwing you a gaming review, and it's gonna be godly. And then Ryan is gonna hit us with some trivia.
Hey, this will be my first time doing the quiz, so we'll see how it goes. Breaking
Hey,
it down a little bit different than usual. We're trying to set it up so we can all three do it together. We'll see how this thing flows. Hopefully the quiz is good one.
Yeah.
Good one is a good one. I skipped a word. you
Yeah,
know? So
yeah.
what?
it's all
We do
right.
that sometimes.
It's good.
It is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're excited to do
You know
this.
You know what's good one?
What?
Having Hunter back.
It
Really
is.
makes me feel complete.
It's just that extra guy, you know, that pivot. You got that pivot, you know. It's good.
Well, I missed it. I did. I
Yeah.
missed it.
He missed it so much he didn't listen to the last two podcasts, guys.
No,
Anyway,
I didn't. And I don't apologize for it either.
That's okay. You
I
had a
wouldn't
newborn.
either.
How is that, by the way? How is it having a new baby?
It's different, man. There's nothing that can prepare you for that. And not in a bad way. It's just there's so much change that comes with it that, you know, I was telling these guys before we started the podcast tonight, you know, I used to get tired.
Mm-hmm.
Now I live in tired. And it's a type of, you know, exhaustion that you are okay with. So
Here's
you
the
just function
here's the
in
weird
it.
thing. Sometimes I think I have some kind of emotional disorder, you know, because when I had a kid, yeah, okay, everything was different in the sense of, oh my gosh, I've got a kid. But for me, I've always felt like not much changed. There's a kid here now.
Right. I kind of feel that way. I just definitely noticed
I think
that
that's
I'm
a
more tired.
maturity issue, but
Okay, yeah. I could
I'm-
take that.
yeah.
When I met my wife, I told her, hey, you're only young once, but you can be immature forever. and that'll be my life motto. And if she likes it, she can take it. If not, then I'll find one who will.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Man, Mr. Ultimatum over there. Sheesh. That's a relationship builder, folks.
Well, you know, she just assumed it was a joke. Oh, this guy's funny. Until like 6 years later, she's like, "Oh crap, he's still 15."
And I'm like, I've been trying to tell you, Tiff,
Yeah.
he's crazy.
Yeah.
He's nuts. You know? Oh,
Okay,
man.
so Hunter, we need on the spot. If we need to cycle back to it, we can. But on the spot, as in during the show at some point, we need your first actual dad story. Because I've always
Okay.
joked with you and said you're not a dad yet and all these different things.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have to do it
I
now
got a
unless
good
you've already
one.
got it.
No,
Okay.
I got a good one.
Okay.
one. Well, you know, I've already been peed on for once.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, it's a boy.
Peed
See,
on in the
I've never
changing
experienced
table,
the boy really. Yeah.
No, yeah. Up and away, yeah.
Got that vertical
yeah.
pee.
Yeah, for sure. But this one tops even the getting the peed on. The other night we were no, it was actually in the morning. Rhett sometimes is in the morning. We'll pull him over and just kind of cuddle, you know, in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he poops pretty loud. Like, you know, when Rhett poops,
Mhm.
like it's not a secret. It happens.
It's
and
got
you're like,
velocity
"Whoa,
behind it.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
time to change this kid."
Oh.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
it makes the
It's
sound.
coming.
You could tell it's bad one.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, like blowout sound. Like we're laying in bed, blowout sound.
Yeah.
Mom pulls the, "Oh, he's been on me all morning. Here, go change him."
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Like, "Oh, I'll gladly go change him." So I tuck the butt with my with my hand, you know, diaper on the hand on the diaper, pull him up towards my chest, and I'm walking over to the changing to go to the other room to the changing table, and I feel warmth.
Ah.
Just warmth all over my hand, all over my
Oh.
chest, and I look down, and at that point, you know something's wrong already, but you're just hoping. I hope the kid peed on me.
Yeah.
Like, I already know what's in here, and I just hope that he peed. I looked down, and it was not pee. All
Just
out
poop.
blowout, up the
Oh.
back, down the diaper, all over my chest.
Oh,
Uh,
man.
Oh my gosh.
And
That
if
is-
Ethan was watching, he'd be pleased because I had my favorite Oklahoma State football shirt on.
Oh, man.
So
So it ruined the orange, just everything.
Well, it was a black shirt, so it's good. But it was in the moment, not
yeah.
not the best. But
Oh.
it was
That's
fine.
cool.
It cleaned up all right.
Hey, the first time I ever
It's
took
like-
So
Claire to the mall was at Christmas time, and I had to. It was last minute, like Christmas was like 2 days away. I had to get my shopping done, and so I took my daughter Claire, who was like, I don't know what, 4 months, 5 months old, something like that, to the mall with me because I was that desperate. Usually I didn't venture out that far when they're that
Nice.
newborn, by myself. So anyway, I have Claire. Next thing I know, she poops, and I'm like, oh dang, I can smell it, right? So I take her to the bathroom. Okay, take the diaper off, guys. She starts pooping while I have the diaper off. I'm like, oh no!
Yeah.
So I'm trying to catch poop because I only have like one change of clothes for her, and I really don't want to be changing poopy and pee in the mall, So anyway, she poops. I cover it up, get it covered up. I'm like, oh goodness, I saved it, right? Didn't get out anywhere. Okay. Then she pees, guys. So when she pees all over that poop. It turns to liquid water, just all up the back, all over her.
see,
So needless to say, I didn't get any shopping done. Had to take her
Yeah,
back
man.
home.
I haven't gotten both at the same time, but I've gotten pee and I've caught it with a wipe, and
Yeah.
I've gotten poop and I've caught it with.
Well,
a
that's
wipe.
probably the good
But
thing about a boy. He's going to shoot it further away. See, a girl will just kind of go straight down, boom, all over the.
So she's not gonna mix it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And as a guy, as a dad, it's the only time you could sit here. You tell a story about, oh yeah, there was this time I got poop all over me, and it's kind of like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
was it cool? No, it wasn't cool, but
It's a memory.
it's a story that goes in your book forever,
It's cute.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cute.
and
little
it's your kid.
Yep.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. And so it's like you can't normally tell a story like that. You can't even tell a single person that because
Yeah.
it's not their kid. It may
Right.
be funny, but it won't be like an enjoyable story.
Yeah.
You can't really
Right.
think about how could I have enjoyed getting poop all over me. I
So-
don't know, but I did.
So the 3 people that just left the video stream were definitely single. That's what
Yeah.
we're saying.
They didn't want to sit and listen to that.
Yeah, yeah. Good times, good times. Well, Hunter, we're proud of you for being a good dad, for being a trooper. with that said, are you guys ready to move on to some gaming news?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
go there, guys. It's going to be a crazy one, just so you guys know. All right, let's hit it. Leaks for Geeks. All right, guys, it's time for the news, the Leaks for Geeks segment. We look up the news so you don't have to go and check it out on your own. Okay, so there's been a lot that's happened this past week. Some news today that was a little more political, but we're gonna tackle it like dads with even kilt. We're gonna be cool about it, and we're gonna have some good advice from our standpoint on being dads, because it's crazy times. It's crazy times. So, anywho, let's see. Yes, Mike, yes, Mike is a new pops now in the chat, and he says he's looking forward to the experiences. Brother, it gets crazy. Your kids are going to do things to you you couldn't even came up with on your own. But the first news story of the night, I wanted to keep it kind of light at first. And so the first news story is, if you like pro wrestling, and Hunter doesn't really like it that much, Ryan thinks it's stupid, but if you're a dad that likes the WWE, or if you're a kid, or have a kid that's into it, you definitely want to check out the new WWE 2K20 game that's coming out in October. They're actually basically redoing the showcase mode, which is like their career mode in the game. Last year's version, they did kind of a documentary style story mode with one of the wrestlers, Daniel Bryan. Well, this year they're kind of switching it up. First off, on their cover, they have Becky Lynch as the superstar, one of the superstars on the cover, and then, of course, Roman Reigns. So, anywho, Ryan's talking about my mic. Let me scoot this back. Hold on. All right. So, anyway, he always texts me during the podcast. I hate it.
You want me to just say it? I think it's more professional to just text you.
Did you see that, Ryan? He moved it back, and then he leaned in to talk into it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, if I only text to the group, that way Hunter could say, yeah, same on my end, or maybe I'm crazy. You just seem a little louder than normal.
But you know me, I'm OCD, so I look over at him like, what's going on? What happened? Actually, I thought maybe I was echoey again, Usually that happens.
No. You sound real clear.
Okay. Well, so WWE 2K20 on the cover, like I said, Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns, they're going to be on the cover. So the showcase this year, they're actually switching it up. They're going to make it to where on the career mode for the My Career, you're going to be able to do both men and women superstars. So used to it was exclusively just men, because primarily that's most males like wrestling. But nowadays, with them including women in the entertainment and all that, girls are getting into it more, and so it's becoming more popular.
Now, just so you all know, when it comes to WWE and WWF back in the day, before World Wildlife Federation got in there and said no, I don't really care for the wrestling on TV, mainly because a lot of the people I knew growing up thought it was real, so it became like a place of contention. Like, come on, it's not real, so I just didn't watch it.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, but the like you were one of the first people who was really into it, who knew it was fake but loved it for its own value.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fake, but it's a show, and that's what you loved about it, the stories.
Right.
And I was like, okay, cool. That's why I didn't, make a big deal about you liking it compared to the other people. But I do like the games. That's a whole different story. That doesn't mean the game's not fun to play.
Yeah, the games are pretty
fun.
A
lot of fun.
Yeah. Smacking each other around weapons.
Say, I liked wrestling back then too. Me and my best friend Chance, we used to sit and watch hours of that.
Yeah.
And his dad would even order at WrestleMania, and we'd go over there and watch it sometimes. But I think we were very aware, even as kids, that it was fake. We just enjoyed watching it. And I think what kind of I guess why I don't follow it much anymore is because I had the characters I really loved as a kid, like
They're
The
gone.
Rock,
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, and
Yeah.
you just don't see. I mean, like nowadays you get like I've seen just clips of wrestling on TV now, and they're just so generic. Every
Yeah.
wrestler looks the same.
Yeah.
Like
It's not a good product right now, but the
Yeah.
wrestling games are still including the Legends, so it's
Mm.
maybe a little more worth getting them. I quit buying them just because it was kind of like the Madden thing and the Call of Duty thing. I can't keep up with it every year. Is
Right.
the hard part for me. But they're also going to be giving you China, which she passed away this past year, and they inducted her in the Hall of Fame, the WWE Hall of Fame. And so she hasn't been
I
in the
remember growing up, a lot of people liked China. I
Yeah,
remember that.
I thought she was a cross-dresser at first. So
Really?
yeah, because she's just so manly looking.
That
I was like, that's
always
gotta
kinda
be
thought
a-
like, she looks a little beastly. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so she hasn't been in a wrestling game since 2000's WWF SmackDown 2 Know Your Role back in the day. So that's old, guys. Anyway, she's going to be a character that you can get, and it's going to be, you're going to get her if you buy the deluxe or collector's edition of the game. So anyway, I wanted to throw that out there that she's going to be
You guys,
coming to the game.
you guys remember the old DMX? You know?
Yeah.
Used to get in trouble. You know, nowadays you could do that. No one would think anything. A little chop at the nuts, you know, or the voice down there.
Yeah.
But back in the day, that would be like cussing in class. Like,
Oh yeah.
Go to the office.
I think I got detention one time because I told her.
Oh yeah,
girl
wait till you teach
I
her.
pointed at the crotch and said, "Suck it."
Oh yeah.
today you'd be in prison,
Oh yeah,
Today you'd be in
sexual
prison.
harassment. Yeah.
or you'd lose
Well-
everything you had.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't mean the same thing back then. It was more like,
Yeah.
Right.
piss off,
Well, for
you know,
sure.
but yeah.
Oh, well, if we're being real honest, it means the same thing because that's what they intended it for. But
Right.
we're going to take it out of context.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Times have changed, and so have we. We no longer crotch chop and tell people to suck it.
Wasn't there something-
Unless it's each other in the same room, messing around.
Wasn't it something to do with like if you did 3 of them, it meant it was like the worst, right? Like there was something like, no, he's not gonna do it a third time.
A third,
Like, it meant
yeah,
something. Yeah.
I thought he cranked out 3 before he did his move.
Yeah, he does 3, and then
Yeah.
he goes for
Oh,
the
yeah,
big
yeah,
X.
yeah, that's what it was.
The big
So
X, just straight down.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's right. The third one was the one that like signified, oh, it's on.
hey, if you guys ever want to see something
my
awkward
gosh.
though, from an old pro wrestling fan, you can probably find this stuff on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast, go look this up. It's whenever they brought Mike Tyson in. I think it was WrestleMania 14. They brought him in as a special enforcer or like referee. And so he aligned with D-Generation X, who does the crotch chop and the X, the suck it. Well, Mike Tyson would put his arms up. And guys, you can't see in the audio part of the podcast, but he put his arms up in an X, but he would do it at like the elbows. And it looked super awkward. Like he's this big athlete, like Iron Mike Tyson, but he can't do a suck it symbol correctly. Anyway, you guys need to go check it out. It's super awkward. It's funny. Mike
Nice.
Tyson. Love him. Unless he's, biting your ear off.
Well, not anymore. Mike
yeah,
Tyson
he's
found truth by doing some DMT.
okay. Is that what it was?
Life has meaning now. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good. He's leveled out.
The sad part is he kind of got screwed around, but he was like one of those products that he didn't have a dad. So
Oh yeah.
after his trainer, who was like his father figure, passed, that's when Mike got into all that trouble. But I heard like before that, his trainer like kept him in line, helped him out. So anyway, moving on, guys. I don't want to go too
Sorry.
long. No, it's okay. Riot Games, you may know them from League of Legends. That's literally the only game they work on. They do League of Legends. You've probably seen League of Legends commercials on YouTube or heard of it.
I think we had a news story a while back. That's where Riot Games, they had like the standoff, right?
Yeah.
They went outside. Yeah, okay.
Yep. That was them. So in 2006, they acquired Radiant Entertainment. And they were the developers of a canceled fighting game that they were working on at the time called Rising Thunder. Well, on Friday at the Evolution Championship Series tournament, Radiant co-founder Tom Cannon confirmed that they are indeed working on a fighting game. So the idea is they just feel like they could bring a more friendly fighting game as far as getting more people involved. And so that's something that they're working on. He states that it's still a long way to go. There's, still got a lot of development on it, but he'll be the first one to let you know about it. But I thought it was interesting because Riot Games don't usually branch out. So they've been really successful with League of Legends. So, I mean, what if they did a free-to-play, because it's a free-to-play game, What if they did a free-to-play fighting game? What would that look like?
Yeah,
Pretty
I don't
interesting. In other news, Outer Worlds, or The Outer Worlds, it's a game that we talked about around E3 that's coming out. It is a spiritual successor to games like Fallout, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, they announced some news. There were some rumors going around about this, but now it's confirmed. They are promising now that you can kill off basically anybody in the game. Yeah. They're talking about characters that are involved deep in the storyline. You can kill off. Yeah. So
like mission characters.
yes. So yeah. So this was at the Polygon preview event. So Obsidian senior designer Brian Hines said that you're going to be able to kill every single NPC in the game, including those critical to the main story.
So I wonder if that means your experience of the story will be different, depending on who you kill and don't kill.
Right, depending on how you want to play it, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, Hines went on to explain that they had to develop a way to get quest items and missions. It was kind of a hard deal, but they pretty much got it ironed out to where you'll still be able to succeed in the games by getting items. So if you kill a person, you may be able to get that quest item off them to turn into the other person, or there's going to be chests that have that, so you'll still be able to complete the story modes. It's just those characters won't be there anymore. As far as cutscenes and story mode stuff goes, I'm not sure how they're going to work that part out, but hey, that's
got to take something out of the game, Like, you got to something. I don't know if there'd be much value there if it doesn't affect your story mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably going to change what your cutscenes look like and everything, unless there's just not cutscenes. I don't know.
Yeah.
A game like Skyrim didn't really have cutscenes once you got into it. So maybe that's the route they're going with it. I don't know. But be looking forward to playing that game when it comes out. Also, World of Warcraft news, a new patch got data mined, and data miner and programmer Martin Benjamins says that he discovered the newest WoW location in homage to Blizzard's free-to-play digital card game, Hearthstone. He posted a link on Twitter. It's basically, he got the information from WoW Tools model viewer, which is like a data mined. It pulls models from the game. So,
what's a data mined? People don't know.
Data mining is like they'll go into the code of the game. When they release a patch, they already have it coded. So a lot of times Blizzard, on all their stuff, they do public test realms. And so they recently did, I believe it's at patch 8.2.5. And so what happens is that person goes in and actually looks through the code of the patch. And they found this, and this model viewer taps into the code and basically pulls up any model that's in the game.
Okay.
And so this model actually happened to be in there. He was actually able to pull it up, the objects and stuff. So yeah. So he posted it up in Twitter, and so they're saying that it has the glowing blue Hearthstone logo in the tavern. It has swords and shields mounted on the walls. They have Hearthstone tables, like board game tables. So I don't know if that means they're going to allow you to play Hearthstone within the World of Warcraft. Because Hearthstone is an extension of the lore of WoW.
Right.
That makes sense. All those cards are based off of characters or things in WoW. So it's about time they did this. And if they make it playable, I think that would be amazing. But we'll see where the location's actually at whenever it releases.
Yeah.
But
I think that it's developers have done that before in their games.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think it's like out of character or out of question that they would make it playable.
Yeah, and I think with GTA Online doing the Diamond Casino, for instance,
Mhm.
that's a good example of you can do these mini games within the game
Yeah.
that affect real life, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, I didn't pull this article up, guys, but I did read that GTA Online right now has its highest numbers since its release because of the Diamond Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, casino's been a big deal. Been
Yeah.
a big deal in those countries that don't allow it too, that we were talking about.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, so
no joke.
I don't know what we're doing, but we need to make time and go check out the casino. Even if we're not spending
Hey,
our real money, just walk around.
Put some money on our tabs, man. We'll do it. We'll blow your money, man.
No, I got too much money to spend this month.
I'm sure
Just
they
on
offer
everything.
they offer in-game just credits free to try it.
That's what I was.
I doubt you have to spend money to do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
They probably have both. They probably have you can play with real money, or you can play with game money.
Yeah,
But I really don't know either.
yeah.
That would make sense though. That way you could kind of get hooked with the fake money, kind of
Mhm.
get to yeah, I've been winning, yeah, I can do this, and then throw some real money in. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Just like a real
Nabbed ya.
casino.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm pretty positive it's converted. Like your in-game money, you can convert into chips, and you can make in-game money by playing challenges. So it's not the only way I feel like you could like spend your own money on that is if you're really addicted to it and
Mhm.
like I gotta just buy money because I don't want to go out and earn it. I just want to spend it now at that casino, you know.
Right.
Which,
right.
if that's your case, guys, we need to have a talk.
Yeah,
You got a little bit of a problem.
might
You
not
probably
need to be
shouldn't
playing
play
that game.
Yeah.
Now
not
the
the best for you.
article I was reading last week sounded more like it is made for that. It's like an online casino.
Yeah.
And so you
Yeah.
actually win real money and play with real money for the purpose of just like
Well,
you
yeah,
would gamble online.
It's an option, but I watched a tiny bit of gameplay. John, my cousin, was on playing it the other day, but I don't have that installed on my PlayStation right now, so
Okay.
it would take like a day.
Right.
It's such a big game. So I request to watch, and what he had is like in Grand Theft Auto, like the new one, you can play and earn money by doing missions, and it's in the top, and you have two sources. You have money you have on you, and money you can
Right.
put in the bank.
Mhm.
But that's in-game money, and so when you walk into the casino, you go over to it's just like a real life. You walk over to the chip counter and you put that
Right.
money in for chips. It's
Okay.
$1 to one chip, and so
Okay.
the only way you're gonna spend real money is if you spend all your in-game money and you don't want to go out and work for more money.
Mhm.
Right.
Now,
But are you
can
going to
just
win
like-
real money?
you cash
No,
that money out and make real
not
money?
real life. Yeah, well, you can. What you win there, you can cash out for the in-game currency, but you're not gonna win it for your pocket in real life.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
see, my understanding was that
No.
it was real money, like a real gambling casino.
Not that I've seen.
Okay, I'll have to double check.
Unless
that.
there's
Maybe I'm
unless
crazy.
there's games in there that you can play that are in the side where you can win real money. But I would think that Grand Theft Auto or Rockstar Gaming would have to go through a lot of licensing.
You'd
for
have to
that.
go through every state too, on every state's
Yeah.
online gambling rules.
Yeah,
and,
that's true.
And if it was true money coming out, then that would be illegal in some places still because
Yeah.
it's gambling.
Well, it is
Well, in like
illegal
China,
anyway.
you wouldn't.
There's a bunch of countries that aren't allowing it.
Right, they're just
can't
not able to
access
do it. So basically,
That's
they've
why I
just
thought it
made
was
it
real.
like, basically, the fix to that, they said they were just letting them go to the casino but not gamble. So basically, everything in there is disabled as far as
It's
anything
probably.
gambling related.
I mean, the way those countries are looking at it. I mean, I may be missing it, and there is a way to really make money on there. If that's the case, I think that's.
Well, I
a
didn't know
little
if you could
crazy.
take like shark cards and turn them into real money and sell them to other players or what. But,
I have no clue.
yeah, I'd have to
don't
get in there
either.
and mess with it.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
To go that extent. If that is an option, you really have to work and dig at it because I didn't see anything like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
who knows? We'll have to get in there and check it out though. If you guys know, send us an email, send us a message, let us know. We'd be interested in finding out. So E3, we talked about it. We did a 2-hour episode over E3, guys. I mean, it killed us. Well, there's a little bit of controversy that came out. EA is ran by Entertainment Software Association. It's the ESA. They're the ones that run E3. Basically, what went down was let's see here. They had over. They had a spreadsheet that contained contact information of personal addresses of over 2,000 gaming journalists, editors, and other content creators, such as like YouTube, podcasters. I'm sure that kind of stuff. It got published and publicly accessible on the website of E3 Expo. Just put it right out there for everybody to see.
Wonder how that slipped through.
I'm not sure, but apparently rumors are it's been up since February.
Oh, really?
Is what we're seeing here. They since removed the link to the file as well as the file itself, but the information has continued to be disseminated online in various gaming forums, which many of the individuals listed in the documents provided their work addresses and phone numbers when they registered for E3. But for like freelance content creators, they're the ones that put in their home addresses, personal cell phones, which have now been publicized. So this leak makes it possible for bad actors to misuse the information to harass journalists. They have their home addresses now. Some people do some wild things out there. So yeah, it's pretty much a big deal. But yeah, it was. Let's see here. Yeah, they updated it, removed the link, but a cached version of the site do indeed show a link titled Registered Media List. So anyway, not good for.
Wonder what'll happen.
Not good for E3.
I know that's bad. What would you say that? It's like bad journalistic manners. Does that make sense? Like you don't do that. But I don't know if that's illegal. I wonder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To what extent?
I think the problem with it is that's what you registered with to go to the event. So I don't think they advertised it like, hey, the whole deal was this is what they give to game developers to let them know who's coming. Yeah, I think and then they can invite those reporters to events.
To their different booths and things like that. Yeah.
Right. What they're getting bit for is not necessarily the content they release, but the releasing it without consent, I guess.
Well, and it's to the entire internet's the problem.
Yeah. And why would they need the home address and stuff like that for people? You know what I mean? To know who the reporter is and whatnot. That doesn't. I wouldn't see that being a normal piece of information to have to give.
Is how is this how does that happen accidentally? How do you post on a website accidentally? Like, it's just a little weird.
It probably wasn't an accident. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like they posted it thinking it was no big deal, and then got some backlash. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. So, let's see. The ESA provided Kotaku, because that's where I got the article from, with a statement about the leak. It says, the ESA was made aware of the website vulnerability that led to the contact list of registered journalists attending E3 being made public, it wrote. Once notified, we immediately took steps to protect the data and shut down the site, which is no longer available. We regret this occurrence and have put measures in place to ensure it will not occur again. So I don't know if it was some dude that just was putting in data and wasn't paying attention whenever he updated the web page or what.
Yeah, maybe he was supposed to update it without the personal info, just the badges and names and who they're with.
Right, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that could affect next year's E3 as far as how many people are comfortable registering to go.
Hunter is right on the Grand Theft Auto for you listeners out there. It is, you can buy with real money, but you can never get your real money back. So that sounds like that doesn't make any sense why you ever would buy with real money. But I guess a lot of people, a lot of people already are. And actually, there is some inquiries going on saying, is that legal? Because they're kind of in a gray zone, basically saying it's not really gambling because they can't win. They're just buying currency, and then that's all just virtual, so it doesn't count.
Right.
And people are going, but you're hooking them the same way as gambling, and so it's being debated whether that's actually legal or not. So I bet we see some more.
I'm
pop
telling
up.
you,
they wouldn't be their first time, going to court though. Rockstar kind of pushes the limits on those games.
They're on the business of being edgy.
Oh yeah. And to me, I say let it happen. It's not like they're hiding it.
But here's
they're saying this is a casino in Grand Theft Auto, which is made for adults.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And if you're going to go in there and spend your money, know that you're going to lose your money. Like,
Right.
If you're pissed because little Johnny got addicted to gambling at the casino in Grand Theft Auto, there's a problem.
little
it's not
Johnny
Grand
shouldn't have
Theft
been
Auto.
playing Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
Right.
And
Which-
if you're Big Johnny and not Little Johnny, and you're spending $30 a week to play in the casino, don't do that. There's races you can go play and get 15 grand in the game in 5 minutes. Why are you spending your money? Like,
yes.
Pace
And
yourself, buddy.
and there's real casinos. Anyway. Not that I'm saying
Yeah, that's a good
go
point.
feed the gambling addiction at the real casino. I'm just saying there's real casinos. But yeah. So good stuff going on. But I tell you what's getting crazy, and this is kind of more on a somber note. Well, on August 3rd, I'm sure everybody has heard by now, there was the Walmart shooting in El Paso, Texas. I'm not going to name the gunman's name because I don't believe in giving those type of people the attention that they want out of that. But he was 21 years old. He shot and killed 22 people. 24 were injured. So our thoughts and prayers go out to all the people involved in that. It's a bad situation. Of course, that spawns gun control, the issue of gun control. What do we do about it? That kind of stuff. This is a gaming podcast, so we're not going to dive deep into our beliefs of what we should do with guns. Yada, yada. But where we come into the picture is it went down like this. It was, I believe it was, let's see, whenever, and it was primarily the Republican Party that's been talking about this. They've kind of pushed it off on video games. Dan Patrick is the Lieutenant Governor of Texas, and Kevin McCarthy, the Republican House Minority Leader, was on an appearance on Fox and Friends on Sunday morning, and Mr. Patrick implored the federal government to do something about the video game industry. He said, we've watched studies. We watched from studies shown before what it does to individuals, and you look at these photos of how it took place, you can see his actions within video games and others at it. So I guess they looked at things he played or whatever. And then they just kind of went on talking about, video games and how video games are linked to this and all these other shootings and violent acts. And then President Trump jumped on it as well, and he came out and said, games that celebrate violence should be discouraged and made harder to buy. He also went on to say, we must stop the glorification of violence in our society. He said during a speech in the wake of the spate of the shootings, he said, this includes the gruesome and grisly video games that are now commonplace. It's too easy today for troubled youth to surround themselves with a culture that celebrates violence. We must stop or substantially reduce this, and it has to begin immediately. So as you can see, I mean, we're kind of having an upraising towards video games over this situation. When I looked at
My
it,
2 cents on it.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. When he says, we need to regulate the access to, I would agree with that. I think that there are actually already laws that make the ratings for the games, so you can't buy games that are too gory and things like that. And so then parents should follow those guidelines if that's what they're concerned with. Those laws are there. It's like a rating for a movie, right?
Yeah,
There's rated R
yeah.
movies, but parents rent movies and then let the kids watch rated R movies. That's
Right.
at the home level, right? And
Right.
there's no law that they're breaking to do that because it's up to parent consent. If I do agree, though, just like we have with gun buying, there's regulations, even though a lot of people don't realize that there's regulations, and you do go and get, you get your background checked out if you have any criminal type stuff and things like that, so you can't buy a weapon. I've kind of been on the stance in the past of, probably maybe a little bit more psychiatric evaluation. If we could do that for guns, would not be a bad thing. You know what I mean? And I think that could go for games too, right? If someone is already known to, they're seeing a psychiatrist and they're having schizophrenic type issues, or they're having violent outbursts or they're having, well, then probably they should not be able to buy violent games. I'm not against that.
Right.
But to say we shouldn't have violent games, no, I think your average guy can handle a violent game and it doesn't make him any more violent. It's someone just like with anything else who started off with some mental instabilities.
Right.
Some things that were already there that maybe got emphasized with the game. I mean, because I think the stats are twisted nowadays. If you go, hey, look, yeah, this guy who shot these people, he also played any guy, not just this scenario.
Right.
He also played shooters. Everybody plays shooters.
Yeah.
So that's an
Right, it's
unbalanced stat.
commonplace.
You can't say that
Yeah.
if everybody does it. So you can't use it as an example, to go, oh, yeah, look, this is what caused it. That's
Right.
normal now.
And when I looked up articles and different things on both sides, you find stuff from the American Psychology Association that says there is a link to if a person's more aggressive and they play these video games, they're more aggressive. It can make the person more aggressive, yes. So there is a link, but they can't totally say it is linked. And then you have these other studies that have been done that say there's no link. So I think you have both sides, but at the end of the day, and this guy's 21, so he's now
Pretty young.
he's an adult. They say the brain develops fully at 21. So my question is, I would like to see
How early?
where
you
are the
start playing
people in
these
this
games.
guy's life who are helping him, right? His
Right.
parents. Does he have parents? Was he just
See,
some
that's-
kid that got passed around from home to home?
That's where I was going next. I guarantee the parents have a much bigger role than the video game. Even if a kid's playing, like I played some violent video games, my parents talked to me about the violent video games.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
they'd
Me
inform
too,
me
me
on, hey,
too.
this is a game. You don't need to be, don't take this serious. If I see it affecting your attitude, you're not going to play it.
Mm-hmm.
That's called parenting. You know what I mean? And I think, that's almost always the case in these situations is
Right.
bad parenting. People
Yeah.
don't want to admit that nowadays.
And a lot
My
of times,
parents didn't let any of those games either, into our house for a long time. I think eventually I begged them to the point where they're like, "Dude, come on, fine."
yeah,
And I was a teen at that point, but
Right.
there was a conversation
Mhm.
like, "This is fake, and this is not acceptable."
mm-hmm.
And if you're going to play these games, you're not going to curse like they do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to act in any type of violent way towards us. As soon as you do, it's not allowed in this house anymore.
Right,
Right. Yeah.
And and they took that seriously. And I think you get into a really dangerous spot when you start to say, well, let's limit this and let's limit this and let's speak out to the gaming and and try to regulate. Because, I mean, what kind of life is that where you're shut down and people aren't
Well, and the
aren't
thing
gonna
is,
sell you
the thing,
something anymore?
and the thing is, if you
know
go
what I'm
after
saying?
that,
Like,
then why not rap music? Oh, well, they
Right.
talk
Yeah,
about
or
shooting people in
movies.
rap. They do this in
movies.
movies. They do this in rock and roll. They do this. I mean,
so,
it's
so we get to this point where if we're cutting all that off, what's the... I mean, obviously there are people out there. I'm not saying that there are people out there that shouldn't admit expose themselves to those things.
yeah,
Because they're struggling mentally. Sure.
Right.
But if we're gonna cut that out for all of America, what are we doing? Where's our sense of freedom of speech and art and you're just gonna cut off all these things that we can't go out there and buy this now anymore because this person did that. Well, my mind is not the same as that 21-year-old kid's mind. I
Yeah.
didn't do any of those things. I grew up probably from 16 to where I am now playing some games that I shouldn't have played. I'm not going to say that
Right.
they were the best influence on
Yeah.
me, but I never felt like picking up a gun and doing something
Yeah.
stupid.
and it goes
You know,
into
oh,
the
yeah, I
guy
mean-
that was like the Joker, and he went and shot up the movie there at the Batman movie.
The
Mhm.
Batman.
That's another situation of, he had a lot going on. He had a detachment of he's wanting to connect fantasy to reality and blending the two. And I feel like this guy put out a manifesto, for instance, a 4-page manifesto from what I hear. And it had some racist stuff in there and some different ideologies and things that he believed about the country. Obviously there was more to it. But, all that stuff, you always read these cases of there are warning signs. And who was around him when he was on these websites posting this stuff?
That's what I was gonna
Obviously
say
someone
next.
knew he was doing it,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
so,
it's if there isn't, then is the issue the game or is the issue people? Because if people cared the way they act like they do after a shooting, right? Oh, it's so devastating. All these people are dead. It's the worst thing that's ever existed. Well, where were you before? When that guy was going through his issues, when that guy was showing signs of depression, signs of anger, signs of whatever he might have been showing. He had no parents. Well, where were his friends?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was kind of a weird
Right.
outcast. Well, then he needs more friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? He needs more people that care about him and press themselves into their lives to make sure they feel welcomed and loved.
Yeah,
We don't do that.
it's more
If
of a
we did, there's
societal
people who
problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Much more
I
a
think
societal
that- I
problem
think
than
that
it is
is it.
something you have access to. That's crazy to think that
But
that's
us as people, our human instinct is to point fingers, and we want to instantly say, "Well, what caused this? It wasn't us. What
wasn't
caused
me."
this?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What?
Yep.
It wasn't me. What caused?" And I'm sorry, but sometimes the answer is, guys, that humans suck.
Yeah.
We suck. We just do stuff that is stupid, and
Yeah.
we're destructive sometimes. That's the way the earth is now.
And there's people out there
it's a
who are
sinful
just,
place.
you know, if you ever look at like a serial killer documentary, that stuff sometimes really gets you deep because guess what? Sometimes that person's screwed up. They're screwed up, and that's the way it is. Like, they're legit. If you look at that person, it's like, that's evil. There is that in the world as far as someone that is that detached emotionally. That it
Right.
is that. So, but you know, you can get into all the philosophical stuff, and it can get real deep. But at the end of the
That's
day,
not what this podcast is about.
right? So we're
But
keeping
we
we're
do
keeping it
care.
light. We do care, but I will say I think them blaming video games is not something new with government. I think
No.
government has used it before, and a lot of times I think in this situation, they need something to focus on. Because the situation, because there was
And
two,
it's not like-
there was this and another shooting,
Yeah.
that's
And
kind
it's
of
not
back
like
to
the
back, so
government-
it's all at once.
It's not like the government has ever used their their power to influence us, right?
Right.
That's never happened before. So
Yeah.
So
Well-
and it's not just a Republican thing; it's been a Democrat thing. It's just
It's
kind of a
everything.
government
it's a,
thing.
It's a human society thing.
It's drugs, it's video games.
All I
And
know
vice
is
versa.
when we were kids, I never saw anybody running around jumping on each other's heads saying, "It's a me, Mario." So, I mean, from what I know, video games don't change things.
Yeah.
So, as parents, though, on a serious note, as parents, our advice and what we're going to try to do with our kids, we're not perfect, but the big deal is sit your kid down, know your kid's limits. If your kid is already an aggressive kid, they probably don't need to be playing aggressive video games because that's going to only make those actions and feelings stronger. Like with my daughter, she likes superheroes, and then she starts hitting me or hitting her friends at school. So I have to talk to her. Hey, you're gonna quit watching this stuff if you can't handle it, because obviously, you know, the superhero stuff is fake. It's not real. They're
Right.
you know, and so she's gotten a little better with it. But I've told her, like, if your behavior keeps going down that road, then we can't watch it because you can't handle it.
I think that's a big thing, Clinton, is just talk to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think what we get into these situations is we find a sore and we let it fester. We don't, as humans, we don't want to address these things. They're hard to talk about. But if you'd sit down and you talk and do the hard talking, the hard discussions, it would save a lot of pain. It really would.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, you know, sit down with your kids, talk to them. Your teenagers, doesn't matter how old they are, as far as, you know, until they're 18 and out of your house. Sit down with them, talk to them, see what they're playing, see what they're doing, see where their mindset's at. If they're in their room yelling at the TV, don't think that they have anger issues. Go in, look at what they're yelling at, talk to them about what they're yelling at. It may just be that they're in a competitive match, or it may be that they are violent and they don't need to play those games.
Yes. You're
So
right.
it's, you know, and there's some parents out there that deal with like mental illness and things like that, that it can just be out of control and hard to deal with. We're not coming down on those parents either, but it is, you know, at the end of the day, I think us as a society, we need to step up, stop blaming the government, stop blaming video games, stop blaming these other things, and start taking action on bettering our society as a whole.
Right. And these
So-
things never get easier, but we, man, I can't imagine my family being involved in anything like that. And
Yeah.
like we said earlier, our thoughts and prayers and all those go out to all those that were affected by that.
Yep. So we are very very sorry that happened, and It's just kind of a crazy deal. But that's kind of our 2 cents on the gaming news of that. It was all over the gaming website, so we had to talk about it. But anyway, we went a little long on the news, but we're going to go ahead and hit into the... you want to do the game review next, Hunter?
Let's do that. Yeah, I'll do mine quick and we get into that quiz.
Okay. Sounds
All right,
good.
all right.
Order! Order in the court! What's your plea?
I'm sorry. I can't agree.
This is the final verdict.
All right. Well, today I'm going to be reviewing a game. Some of you guys are going to be a little frustrated with me because this is a PS4 exclusive. You can't get it on any other, any other thing. But listen, this is a work of art. We talked about it a little while ago on one of our earlier podcasts, I think. God of War for PS4. This
One
is
of my
a
brother's
series of-
favorite games all time,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a series that I played growing up. And again, it is kind of violent, right? Not in the same violence that GTA has, but it is a violent game
Mm-hmm.
in nature. It follows Greek mythology, which is kind of bloody sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, coming up to this game, because we've got a few changes, but fair warning, I am late to this game. I know some of our listeners probably have already played it, but it's always nice to get a review from somebody and see if you share the same look on that,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of get a perspective from a different angle.
Yeah.
And I haven't beat it yet, so I don't know the end of it, but I'm going to give you my best review off of what I've seen so far.
Okay.
And just kind of give you a look inside the new God of War.
What is
There
the
may
new
be-
God of War?
With a new, what do you mean? Like,
What
does
is it,
it
4,
look like?
5, 6, 20?
I think it's just God of War, isn't it? God
Yeah,
of
they
War.
they kind of rebranded it. It's like just this is the God of War for PS4. They don't have enough.
Oh, really? It's not like God
number
of
for this
War
one.
or something.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Right.
I don't know. I'd have to look like if you just.
It's
go and
different
number how
than the
many were
original
made.
God of War, right? Like it's its own
Yes,
game?
yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I was gonna say. You're gonna. Well, no, it has the same characters, but
Okay.
Right.
character. It's following his story still, but the story is completely different than it used to be. So,
Okay.
there's gonna be some minor spoilers, but nothing big. You're not gonna So if you're like totally don't want any spoilers, skip through this part.
Mhm.
But it's just gonna be.
Well,
a
you
couple
can't give a game
spoilers.
review without spoilers. That's
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just gonna
That's
get
fine.
to know the plots. Well, I've been dying to play this game. I hopped into it the beginning of last week because we had the baby, and I was at
Mhm.
home a lot, and so, man, blown away by this game, guys. I also saw a documentary on YouTube, which was very good. It was called Raising Kratos.
Okay.
And it's about Santa Monica Studios and the struggles they went through to get this game out. And
really.
yeah, there's a lot of feedback that you got to learn that they were getting from God of War and all these things, and to see it unfold and how they got here was so cool. They were actually working on a completely different game, guys, before this came out. And it just kind of nosedived. They didn't get anything done on time, or they didn't get what they needed to get done on time, and it just kind of fell through. The plot, or I don't quite remember exactly all the problems they went through, but it didn't work out. So they moved that game out. It's crazy. It was a futuristic, game made by the developers of God of War. So I imagine it would have been a good game, but they just didn't get there.
Yeah.
So they moved all that out, and they brought the team back in, the new Santa Monica Studios, and they said, we're going for this God of War game. We're going to bring it back.
Okay.
So they started getting some feedback on how their followers were basically writing in and saying, listen, Kratos has been Kratos for so long, you're either going to have to just completely change your character or
Right.
kill him off or something, because we're kind of tired of him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing every time. And so they went through this struggle of do we keep Kratos? He is God of War, though. How do you change that? You can't change
Right.
that. He's the God of War.
Mm-hmm.
So they threw threw it for a loop, and instead of starting out in this game in the traditional Greek mythology, we've moved over to a completely different mythology. It's Nordic.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Ah,
I
And
love
so-
that. That's cool.
I
So,
like
yeah.
Nordic mythology too.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool. Thor, all those guys.
Loki.
And so a lot of people, when you realize that, you kind of think like, how does somebody do that? Like, that's weird. How can you just... Listen, I think that they pulled this off because of how simple they made it.
Okay.
Okay? They didn't have to go into this whole story of, well, these gods, and then this god, all it is that Kratos was there now. He's moved away from his past. He's here now. That's all they don't have to go into this big explanation. He's moved
So did he
away
move
from his
locations and
past.
everything?
Yeah. He moved
Okay.
from his past. He's now in this Nordic realm, in
Okay.
this world where the Nordic gods live. And he's kind of created a new life for himself. You've seen this monstrous, rage-filled guy, this whole series of games that just tears down every wall, every person that's in his way. It doesn't matter. He gets there. And now you open up this game with him in a cabin with his son. What? Where is
Okay.
this going? He's
Kind of
completely...
like an old Clint Eastwood story.
Yeah,
like
so
the old
completely-
gunslinger put his guns down and relaxed out on the ranch.
completely different.
Okay.
Like they change his story and throw you off your feet so far, but they don't explain it. They don't feel like they have to.
Okay.
They say this is our new Kratos, and it works, guys. Usually you would think that there'd be an uproar, but it works. Kratos is different. He's broader. He's older. You can tell. His face is different. He's older. His beard is long and gray. He's a dad.
Yeah.
And
He's a delirious dad.
his look is completely different. He's got a different weapon now. It's an axe that goes on his back instead of the blades that were coming off. I don't know if you remember the original ones. He had blades coming off his hands that were wrapped with chains that he could swing around. Completely different. So right from the beginning, this game kind of throws you for a loop. You don't understand what's going on. You're like, but you love it. It's weird. It's like how did we get here? I don't even care. Let's play this game. So it begins to take you through this story with your son. In the very early, right at the beginning, you find out that it's you and your son, your wife, or whoever it was to Kratos is dead.
Okay.
And your mission is to take her ashes, her body, in Nordic belief, to the top of the highest mountain in this realm to rest her there. And so you're getting your boy ready to go on this quest with you. You take him out hunting, and you're trying to teach him that it's time, and it's due to some things in the storyline, it kind of pushes you guys to push towards that mountain earlier than Kratos wants to.
Okay.
And so as the story unfolds, it just gets deeper and deeper. Great storyline. I'm not going to go any further than that. I don't want to ruin anything. But just a great way to put a spin on this without completely rebranding the name.
Yeah.
And
It's almost
and
genius,
it
really,
works.
when you think about it.
It is. It's genius. It's simple, and it works. Brand new.
Yeah, I mean, they knew, okay, nobody wants to play it if it's the same,
Right.
but we also can't make it without Kratos, so...
Yeah.
I
exactly.
wonder
They
who
made
was
that
sitting
work.
in the meeting room that was just like, what if we did Nordic mythology?
Yeah, right.
We just,
Right.
Somebody was like,
Really
give
great.
that guy $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so
So-
simple, but to me, that works because now you've got a whole new series.
Right. And they went all in, and in that documentary I watched, there was a couple times they didn't think it was going to work.
Yeah.
Like, there was glitches and bugs in the games and stuff that didn't make sense up to almost the release point.
Wow.
They're like, this may have to get trashed too for the moment, but it worked out. And so, beautiful storyline. Guys, beautiful graphics. I don't even have a PS Pro, and it looks so good on mine. I don't have a 4K TV. It looks great.
Did you buy it
I've
on
seen
disc
it-
or digital?
Disc. I've seen it played in some high definition at some of my friends' houses, and it is just gorgeous. They've done great on the graphics. They've done great on the storyline. They're bringing in a whole new, obviously that comes with the new, mythology, a whole new brand of villains, of people you're
The whole
fighting.
thing.
Yeah, and I mean they do
Well,
so
not
good.
only that, a lot of people kind of know Greek mythology kind of decently because Hercules
Yeah.
has been played out when we were younger and all these different things. But Nordic mythology, we only know very little.
We
But
just
it's
know
really
Thor
good.
and Loki,
There's
and
the-
that's about it, right?
Right.
As far
But
as
there's
the
all
deep stuff.
kinds of great stuff in that mythology. So it's kind of like
And-
everybody get to experience that during the game. It's kind of cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. And they do a good job of learning you in it. Like, they don't just throw you in and make you fight this guy named whatever. You know,
Right.
like, oh, I don't know this guy. There's things along the way you can collect that explains the actual Nordic
Like
mythology.
who you're going
and
against
Right.
or
That's
who.
cool.
what Thor did in this story to this person, and
Right.
and so it really builds a story, it builds an atmosphere, it builds where you're going through. So storyline, great. Rebranding of the name, great. Graphics, great. Mechanics, great. The way you fight is great. You're with a new weapon, and guys, the mechanics of this axe that you use works like Thor's hammer, and it's so satisfying.
Is that?
Like, you could fight and chop through these guys, and then you throw your axe across the map, goes through a guy, you know, and then you call it back. It comes to your hand.
Okay.
And it
So
can
Marvel
go through-
Thor. Marvel
yeah,
Thor
it can,
throwing.
it can go
throwing the hammer.
through like enemies on the way back too.
That's
and so it's pretty cool, and the way they, you know, there's puzzles in the game. You have to use your axe in a certain way, and so great on the fighting. I mean, great on the way they've done that. Past God of Wars have felt kind of like button mashing, and there is a level of button mashing in this game, but the way that they've allowed you to throw your weapon
yeah.
kind of switches that up a little bit.
So does it have a fighting style kind of like Batman's Arkham series or Spider-Man?
Yeah, and Spider-Man.
kind of that-
Yeah. Mhm.
That reactive fighting?
Yeah, reactive. You can block, and I think there's some cases you can parry to, like, block and then hit back right away.
Yeah.
But it's smooth. It really is. Another thing I really enjoyed at the beginning of the game is you pick your difficulty, but in a different sense. It's kind of, there's not just easy, medium, hard. It's give me a story with a little challenge, make it challenging on me. You know, I'm playing hard mode. I don't even care about the story at this point. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so you can go through and play all those different ones that you want. You know?
Okay.
And because
So
it
there's
has
more
such a
meat
rich,
to it.
Yeah,
than
it has
just
such
the-
a rich story. If you just want to go through the game and not feel like, dude, I've died 6 times in this, I'm giving up for right now. You know, if
Yeah.
you just want to go
Right.
through with the story, you can pick the story.
Yeah.
So great. And yeah, so knowing what they're talking about with the lore of God of War and the mythology is great. The fighting's great. So yeah, I think I'm ready to give you guys my number without
right,
going
let's hear
into to too much. I'm going to give God of War a 9.5.
Woo!
I enjoyed this game so much, and I haven't even finished it.
You think you're
it does-
enjoying it more than Spider-Man because you really like Spider-Man too.
Yeah, I am. And let me tell you why. I Spider-Man was great, but there's so much more repetitiveness in Spider-Man than there is in God of War.
Is
There's-
that because they
there's
can design the boss fights certain ways, you feel like? Maybe?
the boss battles?
Yeah, like whenever you're going against like Loki or Thor.
Yeah.
Or,
And just, you know, every game has to have a little bit of repetitiveness in the way they do puzzles, or
Yeah.
because you know, obviously got to use your axe over
Right.
and over again.
and there's
but-
only so many systems they can.
yeah, or
in
ways
the
that you
game.
find, like there's a mechanic where you can find artifacts through the game, and obviously you gotta have to keep looking for those in these little
Right.
different tiny spots in the map, but that can get repetitive, but you don't feel it because there's so much meat in between that you just keep going. You know, the atmosphere is always changing in God of War, and I think they do a really good job of making your player feel small, and so even though he is the God of War, he's small to some, you know, a lot of these characters, and the way they just keep the story going and the way they keep you immersed, I just want to, it's like
That's
a good book, man. I just want to keep getting back on there. Obviously I can't have a kid right now, my wife would kill me. So but if I could, I'd be playing through that game as, you know, as fast as I can in a
It'd be
couple
beat
days.
already. What are you
Right.
talking about? You'd already be done
Yeah.
with it.
So
That's
It's
awesome.
funny that you mentioned the mechanics of the game, and then you compare that to Arkham. I was reading an article just the other day about how Arkham, everybody is so crazy about. It was the first game that came out with those kind of mechanics. People just really love the way that the fighting was in that game. And the article was talking about how the game originally was supposed to be a rhythmic fighting style, which is more like a.
Like to
I
the
guess
music?
it had. Yeah, that was their original plan for it to be this different kind of, and it
Okay.
just completely flopped and failed.
Yeah.
And because it failed, they came up with this new thing, and it's one of those things where like, well, thank goodness it did,
Right.
because everybody loves what we did.
Right.
And that's kind of like this game. They tried this other game. They were probably all pumped about it,
Mm-hmm.
but then they were like, well, that failed, so let's try this game. And it's done great, sounds like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you never
Oh,
really
for
know
sure.
how your failures can boost you.
I
into
remember
something better.
I think Assassin's Creed was the first game that ever really introduced that kind of reactive fighting style. But then whenever Arkham came out, they just put their own spin. And
Right.
It was so much more because with Assassin's Creed, it was just you're parrying a sword.
Right.
So it was
Over and over
different.
and over again. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would say this game has a lot less parrying.
Yeah.
You're more of a brute. You
You're
know, and you
actually
can kind
fighting.
of choose. You can choose. Do I want to sit back and let them come to me, or do I just want to run around the map and
And tear people
you
up.
know
Do some
Yeah.
tear
damage.
people up?
That's
Yeah,
good.
So.
Well,
cool.
thank you for that review, man. I would give it a score, but me and Ryan haven't played it yet, so.
I'll
Yeah.
send it your way once I beat it.
I just never
Yeah,
find
for
myself
sure.
playing single player games. I don't have the. If I have time to play, it's like I play
It'd have
with
to
my
be one
buds
we would all
anymore.
sit
Yeah.
down together, like come
Yeah.
over,
Yep,
eat some pizza, and
yep.
play. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, we know, Ryan, because we haven't finished Resident Evil yet.
yep. It's still waiting to be defeated. We're still stuck with Ada Wong. She didn't know she chose the Wong people to play with.
Wow.
Yep, brought that one back on her just for you, buddy. All right, Ryan, you ready for some quizzy quiz?
I'm ready.
I thought you would be.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Does it even have a
In a
segment?
world
We'll
of
jump right
Easter
in.
eggs and cheats, it's time for what they don't want you to know.
That's a cue, Ryan. That's for you, Bubba.
I was looking for your thumbs up. You never did it.
I guess I did that, huh? Went out
Yeah,
like
I saw
that.
your arm go like that. I didn't know what that meant. All right, quiz. Today, I did the laugh earlier on the intro. It was pretty good villain laugh. I don't think the boys were expecting it, and I got a good smile out of them. But that's because our quiz today, unless it sucks, because we found a new quiz site that's got some good gaming quizzes on it. And if it's no good, we'll jump over to a different one. But the one we're planning on doing is name that video game villain.
Yes.
The beauty
And-
of it is we don't know the answers. None of us.
Yeah.
So we actually all three get to compete on this one. And if that one doesn't work out, we're going to go to one that gives you the subtitle to a game, and you got to guess the title of the game. And so
Okay.
that one seemed pretty good too. So we'll check this one out. I think this is going to be good. We did not discuss what the loss is. We have not traded Facebook logins, which we need to do.
the only thing we've succeeded at is waxing some nipples.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But we do need to have something on the line for every game. So we should have discussed that earlier.
I guess so. I guess tonight's just bragging rights, I don't know.
Just bragging rights. That was
Maybe.
sad just to hear you say it.
Just bragging rights. I mean, I'm going to whoop all of you anyway. And I'm going to shout it from the rooftops afterwards.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Loser has to get, like we did last time. We talked about it, but never did it, I think. Can loser
What?
get the next inexpensive game? Like, there's a game we come across that's like $10 or $5 that we're all wanting to play.
I
Loser
thought
buys it for the other
15
guys.
was the limit.
Yeah, no, I'm poor.
Ryan's like, always bringing that dial down. You're not
We
gonna
can do it.
find anything decent for. It's gonna be around 15 or 20.
Okay. Oh, before we jump into just anything, I don't have it pulled up right now, guys. You've heard us talk about Alan Wake, and we never played the whole thing because they didn't release all the episodes back then.
Mhm.
Alan Wake is free right now on Epic Games, so I just downloaded it today.
I saw that.
Oh, okay. Does it
And
have all the
so
episodes?
I think it does, and so is. There's another game that's a pretty big game. Crap.
Let me see if I can pull it up
Here.
real quick.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Hey, another one we might.
It's worth saying.
Another
Okay,
one.
the other one is what is that called? Library. Let's go. Okay, it is For Honor.
Oh
Which I
yeah, the
forget
old
things
war game.
about.
Yeah.
And that's like a $39 game, and it's free right now.
That was pretty cool. I played
What?
it.
I need to go put that on the old download list there in Epic Games.
Yeah, even if you don't download it yet, at least click buy, right? And
Yeah.
you can download
Get
it whenever.
credit for it.
We could play that together, can't we?
What, For Honor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Mhm.
don't think so. Hey, Hide or Die came out on the beta, on the early
Hide or
access.
Die?
Hide or Die. It's
What's that?
Hunter sent us a link to it. It's
I don't remember seeing it.
he may have sent it. He may have just sent it to me on
I
Facebook,
think
but
I
it's
just sent it to you. Yeah.
it's a multiplayer, kind of like Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
Kind of, everybody's like in the map, and then someone becomes a
Right.
killer, and you try to
Okay.
survive. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll
looks
have
like
to
it
check
could
it
be
out.
decent. So yeah, it's a $20
so-
one. Okay,
Figured I'd just throw those freebies at you guys real quick, just so I don't forget. I think they're
Okay.
important.
don't forget.
Download them, click them. Even if you're not going to play them now, they're free. You don't even have to take up the space on your computer. Just purchase it for free, and then play it whenever you want to, guys.
Okay, I'm
Those
down
two-
for that.
Both those games sound good.
All right.
I did enjoy Alan Wake. It was short lived, but I enjoyed it. It was different. All right, question number 1. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready. I'm here.
Are we doing the game things that we're doing? Hey, we'll buy the next game. Is that what we're
Yeah,
doing?
that's what we're doing.
What's our amount? 15? Is that what you're putting me to?
Right.
Putting
Hey,
my-
and then
my
another
nuts to the
thing you
fire.
can do is, like, if you don't want to cash in that month, you could just let the other guy know, hey, I want to save it up for a $30, or something like that.
Oh, I see what
like
you're doing.
have like your credit
Yeah.
balance going. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that way, if you
Okay,
want to
so-
cash in on a big game, you could.
Okay, so what's that mean? Let's do it this way then. The guy who gets last has to buy the guy who gets first that game.
Right.
Because what happens to the guy who gets second?
He's off the hook because he got second, so he's
But he
still
doesn't get a
fighting for
free
something.
game.
But he doesn't have to
Right.
buy a game either.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
well,
kind
he
of
will.
it's a smaller win.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like, well, I
I
got
guess so.
through it free.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Gotcha.
All right. Here we go. He created the androids. This is question number 1. He created
See,
the androids.
it doesn't show that for me. I'm on which video game villains are you?
No.
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 It's
No.
Nate.
No.
Name that video game villain. I told you the name of it.
Name
All right,
that
go back
video
to-
game.
Go back to your list. You're on the video game list, right?
Yeah.
It'll be
Under
on page
quizzes?
2. Yeah, on quizzes. It'll be page 2
Mine is
on
page
the list
1.
of quizzes. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it was at the very bottom.
Wow.
Oh, it was the top of 2 for me for some reason.
Oh, now the whole website's freaking out. What is this boo-boo sauce?
Uh-oh. Clinton's not going to be able to participate, so...
Okay. Oh,
Automatic loss. Forfeit. Clint's buying us video games.
Ah! Woo! No, I'm getting there. All right, so instead of
You want me to walk you through it again?
just be a man and tell me,
Okay, so from video games, then you go to all quizzes, right?
Mhm.
You click that.
So instead of which
then-
video game villain are you, it's name that video game villain. Okay, I see. it.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which video game villain are you? That's like one of those quizzes you take for Facebook. It tells you some kind of retarded stuff.
Well, that shows
what I'm
you. That shows you what kind of quality we're working with here.
All right. He created the androids and Cell to defeat the Scions. Who is this mad scientist? Okay. You got, and these might not be in the same order, the answers. You got Dr. Gero, or Gero, depending on how you want to pronounce that, King Cold, Dr. Evil, and Dr. Sloth.
Okay. I've got my answer.
Yeah,
I've got
me too.
mine.
So I'm gonna
All right.
go. This will just have to say each one of us what we
Yeah.
pick. I'm gonna go with Dr. Gero.
That's what I
Me
did.
too.
All right. Click continue.
All right.
Hey.
Got it.
All right.
All right. Nice.
Wow.
Click continue.
Oh.
Okay. He's fat, greedy, stinky, and he's related to the most famous plumber of all. Who is he?
Oh, that's easy. Go ahead and name
You
off
got,
the names.
Waluigi? Waluigi? I've never seen that one before.
Waluigi.
Wario, Mario, Bowser.
I got my answer.
I got my answer.
Yeah, I got mine. I'm going with Wario.
Me too.
Me too.
All right,
All
continue.
right.
That's right.
Wario is the obnoxious jerk from Mario's family.
Yeah, now, just so you guys know, the very first one was a complete guess for me. Obviously, the second one I knew. So I got lucky on the first one.
Okay.
All right. These energy-sucking space leeches can drain your Game Boy batteries in seconds. What are they? Wow, I'm not going to know this one.
Oh.
You've got Onslaught, Metroids, Frieza, or Genova. I know what I'm going with, but it's a complete guess.
Okay.
Me too. I'm guessing here
I'm
too.
ready.
But I'm going.
What are you going with, Hunter?
Metroids.
That's what I'm going with.
Metroids, that's what I was going with.
You guys.
Hey, we're right. Samsus battles the Metroids. These deadly energy leeches monsters suck the power from anything they touch.
Do you know
Okay,
why I went with that? It's because it was plural.
I just went because of Metroid Prime.
Yep, that's the only game I recognize. Yep, same for me. All right. Crash Bandicoot won't stop me this time. My giant brain has a plan that will definitely let him conquer the world. Let me
These are
conquer
too
the world,
easy.
obviously. Who am I? The other ones I've been guessing on. 2 of them. Okay, you got Pegasus, Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Robotnik, that's what I said. And then Dr. Neocortex and M. Bison.
I think that's Bison.
Bison, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. No, it's Bison. See, you're totally wrong.
Just so you guys know, I played this game like crazy, and I'm drawing a blank right now, kind of.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
I know, that's so bad.
If you are,
See,
you're horrible.
I think we should say 1, 2, 3, say it, and click continue at the same time.
Yeah, but then
Oh,
it's
you're
gonna
starting
be.
to think people are cheating?
It's gonna sound
gonna
bad.
change.
It's
Hold
gonna.
on, don't say it yet, because I'm
Or
not sure.
no, don't push continue. Just 1, 2, 3, and then you say it.
Yeah, but then nobody on the audio is gonna. It's gonna be just everyone's
Yeah,
voice.
My mind says it's Dr. Robotnik's, but my heart is saying it's Neocortex, and I'm like, I don't even know who Neocortex is, but I really want to click it.
All right,
So
who are you going with?
I'm going with. I'm gonna go with my first because every time I switch before, I'm gonna go with Robotnik's.
All right, I'm
You're
going
gonna go with
Cortex.
Robotnik's? I'm going with
Yeah.
Neocortex too.
Yep.
Oh no!
Got it.
See, that's my only thing is like, not that you're cheating, but if we would have said Neocortex first, it would have influenced you to.
Yeah, but I would have already clicked it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah.
So you
Gotcha.
no, Clint, you said Robotnik's, didn't you? Or you said Neocortex?
I said Cortex, son.
So the one time I didn't go with my gut, like the other times when we were doing these quizzes, I'll not go with my gut and I miss them. So this time I
Right.
went with my gut and I missed it.
This
That
one's
sucks.
hard, dude.
Okay, this
I
one.
knew it was Neocortex. I knew it was. Okay, next one is by wearing the Millennium Eye. Ooh, some Yu-Gi-Oh!
I hate you.
I can see the future and win the duel. Who am I?
Oh.
I feel like it's gonna be the simple one.
Ooh.
They got Pegasus. We got King K. Rool, Joey Wheeler, or Seto Kaiba.
Gotta be Sato Kaiba to me.
I'm going with
Seito
Seito
Kaiba.
Kaiba.
You know what's
It's
funny
the
though?
only Asian one.
I was too, but we're gonna be so racist if it's Joey Wheeler.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
true.
could be. So which one are you going with?
Okay.
Don't do me that.
Oh.
I'm
How
going
we
with,
know it's not
Seito
King
Kaiba,
K.
too.
Rool? Who's? Huh? You're
I'm
going with
going with
Kai-
Kaiba too.
Kaiba? I'll go with Joey
Okay.
Wheeler just to make it interesting. I'm
All
going.
right,
go
I'm
for it.
going with old Joey because I'm not racist.
Here we go.
All right, let's do
3,
it.
2, 1.
I got it wrong.
Pegasus. It was
It's
Max-
Pegasus.
Yep.
Maximilian Pegasus. Wow,
I
would've
knew
never got
that. I knew that.
He created the Duel
Oh.
Monsters card game and cheats.
Oh my gosh!
and hit with the
Wow.
Millennium Eye that lets him see.
I'm sorry,
into the
guys. If
future.
you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, and I was a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, I cannot believe Pegasus just went to like the horse with the wings. Just, of course, that's not him. I just gone.
So
Oh,
I think
man,
me
that
and Hunter are
sucks.
tied up, right? We've got one right that Ryan
Yeah.
hasn't.
No,
Okay.
well, Ryan's gotten 2 wrong and we've gotten 1 wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm one mean green plumber stomping machine. My family and I have been around since the first Mario Brothers game. Who am I? Bowser, Luigi, King K. Rool, or Stefanoff? That was an easy one.
Wait, hold on. I'm one mean green plumber. Stomping machine. Oh, okay. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Easy.
You guys know that one, right?
It's obviously
Yeah.
You're
Luigi.
fired.
It's
You're fired
obviously-
on the show if you don't know.
It's obviously Luigi.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. I went with
No,
Bowser, so you guys are both wrong.
I'm
I
going
caught
with
up.
Bowser.
Yes.
I'm going with
You can't
Bowser.
change it now.
Oh, come
I was-
on. It's
I was-
obviously
I'm messing with
Bowser.
you. I'm messing with you.
Hey, I got 5 points so far. It actually keeps track. So just call it your
Yeah.
points. I got 5.
Oh, cool.
Right.
I have 3.
Ryan. How do you have 3?
Well, because I missed 2. Right?
Oh, okay.
Or no, I guess I have 4 now. 4
Yeah.
after that one, I think. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I have silver hair, Masumun sword, however you pronounce that. Masamun sword. Genova cells, and my voice acting is done by Lance Bass or Bass from NSYNC. Girls would know that one. And so
Bro,
would
you
Hunter.
should know Lance Bass's last name. Come on.
No, I don't.
Golly.
Oh, so Clint's the guy who knows. Sorry, Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't mean to
NSYNC?
insult
Come
you.
on, bro. NSYNC's where it's at, baby. Bye,
Oh,
bye,
man.
bye. Is that the
Okay,
one?
which
Doo-doo.
which villain am I? Proto Man, Pegasus, which we know it's not now, Sephiroth, and Onslaught.
Ooh. Ugh.
I'm
I don't know this
going
one.
I'm going with Sephiroth because that sounds like this game's name to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
going
going
with Sephiroth, too.
I think
I'm going with
Onslaught
Proto Man.
sounds like a shooter game.
Yeah.
I went with Proto Man. I was gonna go with Sephiroth, and I wish I could lie and switch it, but
But I
went
feel like
with Proto Man.
Sephiroth could be Metal Gear Solid, but I don't know.
Yeah, it
Okay.
seems like Onslaught
Who
could be too.
Who you
Clicking-
going with,
clicking it.
Clinton?
Sephiroth.
Yeah, I'm wrong. Let's see if you guys are wrong.
Sephiroth was correct.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Sephiroth, originally from
Oh,
Final
yes.
Fantasy VII, is the
Oh,
silver-haired
so
villain who had Lance Bass create his voice for Kingdom Hearts. Bye
So
bye,
we're-
do 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 do.
We're-
Bye bye.
So we're at 4-6. You guys
Yeah.
have 6 points now.
Yeah, we're tearing you up, son.
Yep. I suck at these trivia games.
If you guys
I'm
don't
pretty
get
good
this
at
next
the
one
at the
right,
Easter eggs, but that's it. Okay, who is the big bad villain that Link has been battling in the Legend of Zelda video game since the dawn of time?
Ugh.
M Bison team, is that what it is? Bison,
Team Magma, M
Evil
Bison,
Bob.
Ganon, or Evil Bob?
I got my answer.
I got mine too.
Okay, you guys go first.
Ganon.
Ooh, yeah, Ganon.
Yeah, I'm going Ganon.
All right.
Correcto.
All right, 5 points. All right, continue.
Continue.
All right. Yeah, this test system actually works well. Some of the questions are outside of our boxes, but not because they're. It's just because it's games we don't
Well,
play.
if they're outside of your
Uh,
box, me and Hunter keep getting them right.
Shut up. this legendary spider-hating serpent, this legendary spider-hating serpent is all about kicking Harry's butt in the Chamber of Secrets. What is it?
You
Okay.
guys know
That's
this
funny
one?
because I said we could do a Harry Potter quiz. Okay, so you got Sea Viper, Cobra Commander, the Kraken, and the Basilisk.
I got my answer, I guess.
I got mine.
I'm going with the Basilisk.
The Basilisk.
Oh man,
You already clicked it, Hunter. You can't change it now.
Yeah, what'd you click,
Okay.
Hunter?
I went with the Viper one. It's a
Oh.
Viper.
He said,
Seven
because I
foot?
heard. All right, continue.
All right.
Continue.
Got it.
Ooh! It's a Basilisk.
Hunter's down a notch.
It'll
I like
munch
it.
Harry unless you can
My
zap it
wife
with
is
a
gonna be
diamond.
so disappointed in me.
I
Yeah.
know.
Hey, we might be coming up to the end of this quiz 'cause
I
the
think
way it
we
looks, but
are.
there may be more past that edge. I don't know.
I
Hey,
think Clinton is up one.
Yeah, I got
On me.
9.
Yep.
World of
9.
Warcraft
What?
is what got me that answer. Or
Oh.
8, whatever the next score is. Okay, ready?
Okay, yeah. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Wow, I didn't know there was a game for Buffy the Vampire
Me
Slayer.
neither.
Goes up against this bruiser in the Chaos Bleeds video game. What is the name of the game's final boss? Oh, man. It's Ethan Rain. Surprise, it's Xander. Seriously. Buffy battles the first. What?
Yeah, these are weird, dude. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Kakistos is the villain. That's some weird answers.
Huh.
I think I'm just gonna.
I'm going with Ethan Rain.
And it
I'm
wants
going
to
with
know
Shouldn't have said
Surprise.
who is the boss's, who's the game's final boss?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm going with
Yeah, that was
Surprise with Xander.
that
I'm-
was what I was debating between.
I'm
Surprise and Xander.
going with Kakostas is the villain.
Oh, so we're all divided. Okay. Oh, I got
I
it
was
wrong.
I got it wrong
All three
too.
of us?
Yep.
What
Buffy.
one was it then?
Buffy goes Mano Agurlo against the first in Chaos Bleeds.
The first
by
is the
knocking
name?
out-
That's his name. The
Yeah.
first.
Oh my
The first.
gosh.
in Chaos Bleeds by
Lame.
knocking
I know why
out
they call
his
him that.
lackeys and putting
The
He's
his
first
like
vampire.
the first vampire.
Oh my gosh, we're idiots. All right.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, Hunter, you're at 7 and Clint's at 8?
Yep.
Or am I crazy?
I got
Okay.
7 out of 10, but that was the last
I got
question.
I got 8
Oh,
out
so
of
it
10.
was it.
Yep. I got 8 out of
Oh,
10.
that's rough. So I lost. I
Yep.
knew I was gonna lose.
All right.
That's crazy.
So I want to really
That's
try
good
out
time.
that.
I think we needed a short one for where we're at time.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I want to try
I wish
hide
it
or
was
die.
15 questions though. I thought I wanted a chance. You know what I mean?
We'll have to
Yeah.
jump back on here and play these.
Is Hide or Die Steam?
Yes, and it's multiplayer, and it's
Is it
looks like
free?
it could be fun. No, I think it's 20. 20 early
I thought
access.
you just said it was free right now.
No, your mom's free. It's 20.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Your mom was free.
Wow.
Oh, cutting that out of the podcast. Wow,
No,
nerves.
you can't cut that out. This is
Wow.
all raw. We just do it.
Raw. I like it.
Hope you guys
All right.
had fun.
Yeah,
We enjoyed it.
I don't
We had
know
a
what
blast.
Hunter's looking up right now.
Yeah, he's intense over there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my games for free right now on
Oh, okay.
Oh,
on the Epic
The
Store.
Epic ones.
Epic
Yep.
Games. Yeah.
Don't
No
forget
time
about
to
it,
waste.
guys.
You guys
Yeah.
go out there and do that right now.
Yeah. Hey, then we'll be able to like change it up other than playing golf with friends.
It's gonna be some of these guys listening on Friday, like it's not free. What are they talking about? This
Yeah.
is during the live show on Monday. If you guys want the news live,
Did it
watch
say?
us on Mondays.
Did it say
Now,
how
we
long the
will
free
have-
version was?
I didn't check. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Of course you didn't, right?
I think
Yeah,
they're weed.
yeah. I'm the opposite of thorough. But just so you guys know, we
Is
do
it thorough or
plan on-
thorough?
Thorough.
Okay.
I do plan on, or we do plan on, right? Clint, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe shifting the show's live episodes to Thursday nights. We're starting to get better at nailing our time, so there's not much editing.
Yes.
And we're thinking about moving
We've-
it from Mondays to Thursdays,
We've
so it'll be
discussed
closer
it.
to live.
There may be times we still have to move it from Thursdays.
Yeah.
Because of men's events with church.
Right.
Especially with Hunter taking his role with church. He'll be definitely tied up and all that. So it may shift on
That's
those
just once
days,
a month,
but-
isn't it?
Yeah, I
Or is it
believe.
twice a
I
month?
think they're trying to do once a month, right?
Okay.
What is it?
For the men's group stuff. at
The men's
church.
group.
Oh, on
Iron.
Thursday nights?
Iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Thursday nights.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not
like-
every Thursday night, though, right? It's just like
Not
No.
always.
once a
but
month
it
or something.
It picks up a little bit when it gets cooler outside.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. Even if it's Wednesday,
Can't do
that might
Wednesday.
still. Wednesday
So
doesn't work for
it
you.
may just be Tuesdays.
Oh, well, that doesn't help much. So we'll let you guys know.
That was a
Stay
fun.
tuned
That was
in.
a fun segue. That was a fun
Yeah,
segue.
yeah.
And
Thanks for watching.
guys, we have the giveaway set up. Just working out some details. We're gonna probably be launching it either late this week or next week, early next week.
Oh, yeah.
We'll keep
Finally.
you
We wanted to wait on
posted.
Hunter since he was the one who hooked us up with the giveaway items.
Yes, I didn't think to
Or
grab
he
the item.
he
but
was the one that connected us with who hooked us up. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Yeah. And we're not going to say
Shout
the
out
brand
to
name
Kick-
yet because
oh.
it's big. Oh,
I
look
about
at that.
did it. I about
Did
did
he?
You
it.
guys might already know.
Yeah.
You know? We can say it if we want to. Give them a little leak.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's all right.
You don't want me to say it?
No, we'll
They
keep,
don't know.
keep it
There's
on
no
the
way
video.
they know off of what I just said.
Okay.
yeah, we'll keep them hanging. That's cool.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to say every time, I want to remind you guys, even if you don't listen to iTunes and you say, hey, I'm not an Apple guy, neither am I. Sorry, iTunes. I'm an Android guy. But the best way for us to grow as a podcast is iTunes. If you guys go in and review us on iTunes, it goes a long ways for us. It's the best way for us to reach more
It helps
people.
move us
and
up
for
the
us to
list
move up the
for other
rankings.
people to see us.
Yes,
So-
yes, yes. So start an account just for us if you love us. Give us a review on iTunes. and move on back to your Google Play or Podbeam or whatever it is.
Yeah, and if there's a rating system on what you're already listening to us on, feel free to just rate us there. That helps too. Any exposure is good exposure, unless it's Ryan's butt crack. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, one sniff never killed nobody.
Oh
my God!
It did kill your dog though.
Yeah.
But hey, guys.
Oh. Wow.
It really did. We don't want to get into that story. It was a weird story.
It's a sad story. It's a sad story. Anyway.
Stay delirious.
Stay dadding.
And stay gaming. This has been a Delirious Dads production. For more information about the show, visit our website at www.deliriousdadsgaming.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/deliriousdadsgaming, twitch.tv, and YouTube. Make sure you like and share our pages to help us grow the channel. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please leave a rating and review if you enjoy the show. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you next time.